Hey, well, gods. Right, thanks for tuning in again. So, just a little update. Thank you to the guy that said get a new mic. When I listened back to the video, totally agree. For some reason, my AirPods were dropping out the further I got away, which is really weird, but it happens, I guess. So, yeah, I've got a new mic, so hopefully that's all fixed for you. So, that's kind of why I've not done any videos apart from being a little bit poorly. Yeah, so as you can see, we've been busy. Orders still coming in. I'm going to do a couple of videos on the products very shortly. Probably maybe one or two of the machines later on in the week. So yeah, we're up and running, and we're going to start showing you how we make the products. Give you a little breakdown at the end of the video of the product video, of roughly how much money we're making per product, per door, per garage door. So yeah, so just give you a quick little update. We had a few issues. We've had the compressor gaskets finally arrived. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that, but the compressor, we had a problem with the compressor. One of the gaskets blew, so it's struggling um, filling the tank with air. So we kind of bodged that, made it good. Dip tank, we got dip tank in, filled it with the fluid, and it just wasn't working. So we'll go have a little look at that. The treatment was coming out far too, what's the word, weak, should we say? So yeah, and slightly the wrong colour. It should be a brown, and we wasn't happy with that. So we've had to drain that this morning into these barrels. Made a bit of a mess with that sump pump. But yeah, so the dip tank's there, and just across the back here, we're going to build a flow so that we can stand the products up, and they'll soak off into the dip treatment tank. You know, if you dip some, generally, cooler weather, maybe an hour, it'll be good. In warmer weather, you give it a good, I don't know, 20 minutes. It'll be dry enough to move about. Um, so yeah, so that's pretty much what we've been doing. These are our frameless and brace garage doors. We've had quite a few orders for these, as you can see. A third and two-third garage door, set of gates. Some garage doors which we're going to get onto in a bit. I'm going to get set up here, show you how we make them in the lovely jig. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a topsy-turvy ride. We had to deliver some of our own garage doors because DX still didn't open the account. It took a little while. It's now open, so we have to change from a Thursday to a Friday delivery today. Apparently they couldn't do it due to sickness, so I'm not holding my faith with DX at the minute, but I know as soon as they start getting as many products as we're going to send out with them, I know they'll then treat us as a number one customer rather than a number two customer choice. Yeah, fence panels, still not had much take on them, but to be fair, I've not pushed the fence panels. Website, we've had a few orders through the website already. Like I said before, I SEO'd it with ChatGTP. We've now had a couple of orders through the website, of inquiry forms, which has turned into orders. Yeah, so what else have we got? I've got something exciting to show you in a minute, but I'm just trying to think. So yeah, the dip tank. So to fill the dip tank, it was going to cost £374 in materials. So we got that filled with 2 barrels yesterday. Mixed it up, dipped it, realised that the treatment wasn't working, and we got the company out this morning to have a look. So they're going to now give us another product which I prefer, but it was more expensive, but I know it works because I've used it before. So yeah, we're going to end up filling the dip tank with that now. So it's going to cost us a little bit more money, but I think the dipping quality will be a lot better than what we've got now. So I'll be happy with that. What else? Any other updates? Any other updates that we need? So we've inquired for phone line and internet today. I think it's something that we need here for doing all the printout forms and also to access eBay and our website, because in here it's such a dead zone for any internet signal. My phone half the time is not even connecting to 4G, never mind 5G, and phone calls aren't coming through. It's really weird. Certain parts of the workshop seem to work, other parts of the workshop, nah, not at all. So yeah, so that's where we're pretty much at the minute. You know, as a little update, we've probably, I don't know, without looking, we're probably like 7-8 grand in the last 2 weeks of work that's come in. We've had 2 orders that one's just working with conservation officer to check that we're okay, but he's coming back to me Monday. And then we had another one that we priced that then came back to us and said, how much would it be in curved gates? So I'm just waiting to hear back from them. Usually a good sign if they want it in flat top and then they come back and say, oh, actually, we've been looking on your Facebook profile. We're liking the curved ones a bit much more. Usually a good sign that they're going to come back and say, yeah, we'll go with the curved ones, because they didn't like ignore the flat top ones. So yeah, so I just thought we'd have a little discussion. It's been a good week overall. Obviously, there's complications. Like I say, that's the whole side of manufacturing. You're going to have problems. You're going to have issues with things breaking down or not running, and you're going to have problems with teething problems, like with the dip tank with new solution. We tried. Oh, what's the word? So I tried to make it cheaper by using this other colour that was a brown, but not the brown that I know, but it was still a brown. And then obviously it shot me in the foot because I've had to empty it. It's not cost us anything, you know, they're going to replace it for free. It'll cost me a little bit more, as in like the other product's more expensive. Sorry. So, but I'll go back to that. I know it works. It's a solid base colour, a lot darker brown than that was, and yeah, I'm bloody just typical in it. Friday, last thing of the week, need a couple of dip-ins so that we can get them sent out, and we can't do it. So obviously that causes complications with eBay. So do be careful on your turnaround time on eBay. We've just put ours down to 5 days handling and 2 days delivery, which is 7 working days in total. I've just had a word with a father-in-law, and I think I'm going to put that up to 7 days handling and 2 days delivery. So you're getting it within 10 working days. And I think that's good enough for any custom made or made to order product from eBay. Surely people can't not be happy with that. So yeah, so I'm still bunged up with cold. Yeah, so I think I think that covered everything for now. But yeah, the exciting news is we was delivering some products last Wednesday. We drove, I think it was a 500-mile round trip to deliver some products that we'd built. And on that journey, we was involved in a machine auction. We'd seen a couple of machines. So we seen a 4-sided planer, which we're not ready for, but if the price was right, we're willing to invest in it. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. Our bid was 5 grand maximum. It sold for 5,100. The guy that was buying it was going to have it for 3,500 until we started bidding, and then it was just between me well, other than him, I was ready to tap out at like 4 grand. Father-in-law kept it going up to 5 grand. But realistically, if we get a four-sided planer, we're then going to need a bigger extraction, more area for that extraction, more piping. We've then got to try and rehouse the machinery to accommodate that. And like I said to you, at the minute, we're buying all the wood planed up. We don't need to get that far into it at the moment. I'm just trying to juggle things around so that we can get onto more oak, so I can start pushing the oak again, because we haven't pushed anything to do with oak yet, but that's the dream. That's where we want to be, on the gate side, and the garage doors is in the hardwood and the oak side. Which is why we was on the machine auction, because I said to the father-in-law we would need a couple of different machines if we're going to do oak. And one, why we was looking at the four-sider. Obviously, it's far better to plane that sort of material up on a four-sider than it is putting it through a plain thicknesser. So yeah, so we looked at them, and we lost out on that. But the other big machine that I really wanted to be able to machine the oak up was a spindle moulder with a power feed. And if you've ever worked with a spindle moulder, you'll know that a power feed is a massive asset, especially when you're putting grooves in wood. It's huge. Like it's so much safer, so much easier to put any groove, any rebate, anything in. So yeah, and we managed to buy one for, I think it was 770 quid, and this machine's worth 4.5 grand brand new, probably a couple of grand, maybe a bit more, second hand, refurbished. So I'll try not to spoil the other one, but yeah, so what we've got is a Sedgwick plate spindle moulder. So we've just got the bed all clean and sorted all this out, really. So yeah, we've just got it ready so we can install it, to be fair. I've ordered the wire and everything. So that was a couple of £100 for the two machines. But yeah, so that'll now replacing the old spindle moulder probably next week sometime. We'll get that in. And yeah, it just makes a huge difference to what's actually going on with the quality. When you're hand feeding stuff, you can get little tears and stuff like that on the edge. When you're power feeding stuff, it takes it through at the right speed, so the edges are nice and clean. There's no tears, unless you've got a shake in the wood or something. But yeah, so that was our first buy, and then we went to the auction to pick it up and asked for a list of what items hadn't been sold, and there was another item there that was up for 350 quid plus buyer's fees and VAT, which ended up coming to £427. And that is a crosscut, a three-face crosscut, a DeWalt 729, and it cost us, again, another nearly 5 grand machine, brand new, so a couple of grand refurbed, 2.5 grand refurbed, whatever. Yeah, ended up costing us 427 quid, and we obviously we picked it up in the van. So for 1,500 quid, we've got two three-phase machines and the wire in to put it in ourselves. And really, these two machines are the heart and soul of a joinery workshop that are making gates and garage doors. Obviously, yet the planer, we will get round to getting a planer, but like we discussed, we'll make sure that when we get a planer, it's the right one, and it's at the price we want to pay, not what we're forced to pay. And I will never buy another machine off eBay, or I'll either buy them privately or I'll buy them from an auction, because you can get a bloody good bargain. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. It was a good start. It was a good Monday. We picked him up on Monday, so it's Friday now. So yeah, just one of those things where you don't intend to buy something, but you end up buying them in the long run because you bloody there was there. The price there was. Like, I don't know where the crosscut would have gone back if it was not sold. But yeah, just, we've never bought from auction before. It's the first time I bought from auction anyway, and yeah, I couldn't believe. Don't get me wrong, the four-sider was an absolute nightmare it was just kept going up and up and up and up. But again, that was probably worth 12 to 13 grand second hand, 20 odd grand brand new. So yeah, but I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. So I'm glad in a way, we didn't get it. But we got two very valuable machines, and two of the best machines that you can get in a joinery workshop, really. Built to last, good solid structures, and for a fraction of the price that you'll pay for one of the machines. So yeah, so if you are setting up, it's worth looking at auctions. I never really thought about them before, but yeah, if we'd have known this, we'd have probably got the machines in 3-phase over time. Obviously, we got the 240 machines at a good price, and they've been worth the weight in gold so far. But sorry, I feel awful. But yeah, still not probably up to the spec of like these 3-phase machines, which will work all day, cut all day, don't even know that they're cutting through stuff. And yeah, and the value in an auction actually is massive. So as long as you can work out how much you're willing to pay for that machine with interest, well, with buyer's fee and VAT. Not all machines have VAT. The spindle molder didn't, that is did. But they still had a 15% buying premium on top. So whatever you pay for plus 15% plus 10 or £15 lifting in fee. So yeah, absolute bargain. I was well shocked, well happy. Yes, I need to get these wired in at some point. Replaced, new benches built. I want a bench either side of the spindle molder. I want to now we've got 3-phase. While there was 2-phase, I was kind of like, or single-phase. I was kind of like, I didn't want to commit too much because I know in a couple of months we're probably going to replace them. So yeah, so that come real fast. Like to say, life comes at you fast, and it was unexpected. It's actually through looking at one machine we ended up seeing these two machines. So well worth having a look at woodwork auctions in your area, and there's not a lot wrong that can go wrong with these machines. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're happy. We're in the flow. We've got money coming in. We've got jobs going out. We've got fitting jobs, installs. We've got all sorts of stuff really going on. So yeah, I think what we need to do now is probably do a video on the product side, how we build them, what we build them out of, and what kind of values in each product, and just take it from there. So yeah, if you've enjoyed that, guys, do like, subscribe. Again, do comment on any advice, anything you'd like to see, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.